I would like to thank my beloved subscribers. Hello, everybody, and today we will be doing Shidori 2 of Glee Shidori. Give me a moment. Glee Shidori 2 End of Shidul Horror Shidori. Yet Shidori right now. Shidori deleted by Anonymous. That means it's really Shidori. Hopefully. Maybe.
Last
Maybe not.
year, I got my first real extended job as a substitute teacher.
Okay.
I had subbed all over the area for a while.
Interesting
but in April
job.
Of last year, one of the teachers in the school I subbed at often went out on maternity leave.
Oh, so you were like the permanent
until the end of the school
teacher.
year in late June, I served as one of the history teachers.
Damn.
Honestly, my few months there were great.
Okay.
Being a substitute teacher
Good.
can sometimes be a nightmare,
Yeah.
depending on the school and age group you're with.
Oh,
Specifically
totally.
for this job, I was teaching seniors in high school.
Ooh.
By the time April hits, a lot of the seniors are already feeling the effects of senioritis.
Oh, no.
In other
I
words,
get
they're
that.
checked out. For my few months there as the teacher,
Yeah?
I kept lessons brief and fun.
Okay.
At this point in the curriculum, the students were learning about government.
Yeah.
Instead of just drowning the students in lectures and notes, I focused more on healthy debates and how to communicate with people who may not agree with your political ideas.
Okay. I actually like this. It feels like you actually do, like, care about teaching. I wonder if you would ever, like, consider being, like, a real teacher.
It may seem controversial, but it ended up being rewarding.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, finals were over, and summer vacation was about to begin.
Yeah?
The last
what
day of
happened?
school was always a half day with an award ceremony. After the ceremony, the students began to slowly leave for the summer. Many of the seniors were doing their final goodbyes.
Aww.
During this time, I went back to my classroom and started cleaning up. I wanted to make sure everything was put away and perfect for when the original teacher came back in the fall. When I was almost done, the principal saw that I was still there.
Yeah.
He asked me to walk with him so we could talk about my future.
Oh.
We talked for almost an hour.
Wow.
He was impressed with my teaching style and said he
Yeah?
was going to try to find a way to hire me in the fall.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was so excited.
Yeah.
We started leaving at the same time, and before I got
But
outside,
what happened?
I realized I had forgotten my purse in the classroom.
Oh.
I said goodbye to the principal and made my way to the classroom. The school was almost empty by this time.
Ooh.
I think maybe a handful of teachers were still there.
What is that,
When I
yike?
got back to the classroom,
Being in an
I was
empty,
startled.
yike, classroom?
Standing next to my desk was one of my students, a
Oh.
brilliant but quiet kid that I'll call Ben.
Oh, no.
I asked what he was doing.
Hello?
And he just looked at me and shrugged.
What do you
He
need?
didn't say anything. Then I asked him if he was okay.
Did you
Very
leave something
quietly,
here?
He said he was fine and just doing some thinking.
Oh.
I told him that he couldn't be in there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he needed to leave. I was uncomfortable with this situation because I didn't know the protocol for a situation like this.
I mean,
I didn't want to...
the protocol probably just, like, talking to him, saying that he can't be here, and then, like, you know, walking out with him. That's probably the protocol. If I had to guess what it was, it would be that.
just leave the kid alone in the school.
Yeah, no, you don't do that.
While I was trying to process the situation and think about what to say next,
Get your
Ben
purse
slowly
and walk
started
him
heading
out.
for the door.
Okay.
I was relieved that he was finally leaving.
Okay.
When he got to the door, he stopped.
What?
He didn't look back at me.
Oh,
He
no.
just continued looking forward and then said, "Thank you. I'm sure
Aw.
I'll see you around."
Okay.
That may seem harmless,
Yeah.
but I wish you could hear how he said this. It just felt so weird.
How?
Everything about this entire interaction made me feel uneasy. Once he walked away, I went to grab my purse so I could finally leave.
Oh, no.
I usually leave my purse in one of the desk drawers, but my purse was on the chair next to the desk. Instantly, I assumed Ben tried to steal something from my purse.
Oh.
Why else would it be on the chair? I checked the inside of the purse frantically,
Anything
but
taken?
everything appeared to be there.
Okay.
Even all the cash in my wallet was still there.
Was it
I
moved?
figured that Ben tried
Were the items in it messed with?
to steal from me, and his conscience must have gotten the better of him. A
Okay.
few nights later, my husband and I were enjoying the beautiful summer night with a fire in the backyard. Our 7-year-old son was staying the weekend at his cousin's house, so we were enjoying
Oh,
our
you
alone
have
time.
kids.
While we were outside,
You have
I
a
noticed strange
kid.
rustling sound coming from behind the shed.
Oh,
I
no.
kept telling my husband that it was probably a rodent and to just leave it alone for right now. Around midnight,
No, you did have your
decided to head
husband
inside
check
for
it
the night.
out.
Just before going in, My husband said he was going to check out the shed.
Okay.
I told him not to get sprayed by a skunk, and then I went inside. I started getting ready for bed, and I realized my husband was still not inside.
Oh.
When I got back downstairs,
What could
he
have
was
happened?
just coming back inside from the backyard.
What was
He
it?
said when he initially looked behind the shed, he didn't see anything. When he walked around to the front of the shed,
What?
he noticed that the door was slightly opened.
Did
He
you
looked
check
inside
inside?
and saw what looked like muddy footprints, but he wasn't 100% sure.
But there was no
That's when he
person.
went back behind the shed to investigate further. He said it looked like the muddy ground back there was stepped in, but again, he couldn't be sure. He thought
Do you
maybe
not
his
have a
anxiety about the
flashlight?
situation was causing him to see patterns that weren't there.
Well,
I wasn't
no,
as
it should be
concerned as he
pretty
was.
obvious.
It's incredibly likely that he just left the shed door open. The next morning,
Yeah.
I woke up before him. I went downstairs to make my coffee, and I noticed that the back door was ajar.
Oh.
Like it was mostly shut, but not all the way.
Oh no.
I assumed that after all the commotion with the shed the previous night, he must have forgotten to shut his door.
Ah,
I shut and
rookie
locked the door
mistake.
and went about my day. That night, he stayed up late to watch a baseball game, and I fell asleep on the couch waiting for him.
Yeah.
After the game, he woke me up, and we went upstairs to bed. Once I was in bed, I couldn't sleep for some reason.
Oh.
I kept moving around,
That's
trying to
sad.
get comfortable.
Well, it probably because you already fell asleep on the couch. He should have just left you there.
After the game,
You were
he
probably
woke me up,
well
and we went upstairs to
rested.
bed. Once I was in bed, I couldn't sleep for some reason. I kept moving around, trying to get comfortable. Something just didn't feel right.
Uncomfortable.
Since I couldn't sleep, I decided to get out of bed and go read some of my book in the living room. I
What
quietly
book?
snuck out of the room so I didn't wake up my husband. When I started walking down the hallway, I froze in a panic.
What?
Standing at the end of the hallway was the outline of a dark figure.
Oh!
I slowly reached for the light. When I turned it on, standing at the end of the hallway outside of my son's
Ben.
bedroom was Ben from the classroom. I didn't know what to do or what to say. Ben smiled and said, "Hey, Miss Jones, nice house." Then he walked into my son's bedroom and
No! Fucking no! No! You don't let him in there. I would run after him if he did that. I assume, it would be out of some, parental instinct that I would do that. But, either way, what you do now is you get angry, you tell him, you can't be in here. You can't be in this house. Get out, or else I'll call 911. I did not want you to be here. And that's what you tell him. And then you threaten to call 911. And then you walk him out.
shut the door.
What the
He
fuck?
was holding something in his hand, but
What
I
the
couldn't
fuck?
tell what it was from where I was standing.
Is
I
your
ran back
son
into my bedroom
there?
and called 911. I woke up my husband, and immediately he ran to our son's room.
What?
As he entered the room, Ben was trying to climb out the window. He tried to grab him, but he ended
Okay,
up
I'm going to assume that your son wasn't home. I'm going to assume that, like you said, your son was at a play date or whatever.
jumping from the two-story window to the ground.
Shit.
He landed on his feet and continued running.
What the
My husband
fuck?
stayed with me and waited for the police. I told the officer who he was.
Yeah.
They went to Ben's house and
That
spoke
should be
with his
pretty
parents,
easy.
who told them that Ben had been there all night. When the officer spoke to Ben, he told them that he had been sleeping for hours, so it couldn't have been him.
Oh, you
The
liar.
police basically told me that there was nothing they could do.
What?
It seemed crazy to me. This kid was literally in my house.
Yeah.
They said if something happens again, call them.
What?
But until then, they weren't able to do anything.
Ah.
I barely went outside for the rest of the summer. I changed all our locks just in case.
Good.
And invested in cameras all around the house. My
Thank
husband
you.
told me that he probably got our home address from my ID, which was in my purse. That
Oh.
would explain why my purse wasn't in the drawer.
But why
What still
you?
makes me sick is that he was entering my son's room. I can't even imagine what he was doing in there. What if my son had been home?
Okay.
My son spent a lot of time with his cousin last summer because I was terrified to have him sleep at home. When he's older, I'll tell him why. As of
Okay.
writing this story, I have no idea where Ben is. Thankfully, there's never been another incident. I
Okay.
don't get it, though. He was always a nice kid in class. He
Yeah.
always respected the other students and me. That night when I saw him in the hallway was
What?
the first time I got to witness in real time what mother's intuition is. If I had stayed in bed 10 seconds longer, I would have never seen Ben in the hallway. We currently have our house on the market and hope to move very soon.
Okay. Yeah, that's
When I'm out of that
good.
house, I'll finally be able to get a good night's sleep.
Wow. Damn, you know, maybe that was it. Maybe you were too nice to him. You know, maybe he was one of those sleepos. But, yeah. If you're a student who has a really nice teacher, don't break into their house. You don't need to do that. Yeah, okay, if you have to, like, go into somebody's house for any reason without permission, I want you to realize that you probably shouldn't do it. Ben got yucky when somehow he managed to leave no trace of himself. Anybody else might not have been as yucky. But yeah. What was he planning on doing? Did he even know what room he ran into? Maybe, maybe not. What was he planning to do? I actually don't know. But yeah, because if he wanted money, he could just take money from the purse. So he wanted to go to your house. And I don't think he would do that just because he hoped there would be more money there. So I don't think this crime is related to, like, monetary gain. So I think that, like, has to be personal in some way. So, like, there's some interesting questions. She doesn't seem to hate you, at least. Because nothing he said has been hateful so far. Or, you know, maybe I'm just not good at detecting hatred. But, yeah. I think that is... Oh, wait, I have to rank to them. I forgot about that. Okay, so. First one was pretty good, pretty on, okay? Second one was... Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. How do I order this? Okay, so. By which one I like the most to the least? I want to say 1, 2. Wait, I want to say 3, 1, 2 is my order in terms of most, like, interesting. Or which one was my favorite. Yeah. But, I think that is all I have to say about this episode. I mean, this Mr. Nightmare video. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!
Ja, this was the way. Ja, this guy,